Since joining the show as a co-host, Whoopi Goldberg has become a prominent part of The View. However, some fans have picked up on Goldberg's interactions with her co-host and seem to have noticed something. Quite a few fans feel that the panel might not be so comfortable with her as a moderator. However, some fans have also shared what they feel is the real issue. Whoopi Goldberg has been part of The View since 2007. Whoopi Goldberg has had a prominent career as a comedian and an actress, appearing in films like The Color Purple, Ghost, and Sister Act. She's also had a prominent career on stage and even in television, appearing in Star Trek: The Next Generation. However, since 2007, Goldberg has also become known to audiences as one of the co-hosts on The View. With her time on the show, Goldberg has been the subject of a few headlines, becoming a prominent member of the panel. The View's Whoopi Goldberg. That said, fans are wondering about Goldberg's relationship with her coworkers on the talk show as of late. On social media, one fan recently took note of this following the Friday show, in which Whoopi was absent. As the fan wrote Friday's show, they all seem to be more at ease/comfortable and having fun with each other than with Whoopi there. I like Whoopi, but I think her flippant and disinterested energy is really wearing on all of them. They also seem to not want to upset her, which feels tense. I can relate to Whoopi, but I don't think it's the right vibe anymore for moderation. Some fans think that other factors are the issue. Various fans took to the comments to discuss the issue. While many agreed this seems to be the case, they didn't necessarily agree on why. Some fans simply thought that the Friday shows were meant to be lighter than other episodes, offering a bit of levity as the weekend is about to start. Because of this, it makes sense that the co-hosts would be in such a jovial mood. Some also pointed out times when the show had a good time when Goldberg moderated. A post shared by The View. In fact, there are times when Goldberg has gotten along with her co-hosts off the show. As previously reported, she recently took part in Joy Behar's show, My First Ex-Husband. On the other hand, some fans felt that Whoopi herself didn't seem to be too happy to appear on the show as of late. Some even pointed out which co-hosts seemed to have the best repertoire. On social media, some of these comments included, "People have noticed that for years. I think Joy just happens to have a more jovial and laissez-faire anything-goes type of style where the panel feels more relaxed and less structured. I don't think it necessarily reflects what they think of Whoopi, but more about how the ladies respond to different leadership styles. I largely agree, though. To be fair, Whoopi moderated The Weekend View a few weeks ago and did a pretty good job. I think the vibe is just supposed to feel lighter on Fridays. Joy is a great moderator. I don't mind Whoopi moderating the rest of the week, but Fridays are always the best episodes. Love Whoopi always for what she is, and yes, Joy is a better moderator, Imo." Agreed. I've always loved the Friday shows because the vibe is different. Anna comes in with chaotic energy as well. It sounds like you're looking for a significantly expanded version of this article, exploring the nuances of Whoopi Goldberg's role on The View and the varying fan perceptions of her moderating style. Let's delve deeper into the topics raised and broaden the discussion to reach that 3,000 word mark. Whoopi Goldberg on The View. A closer look at her impact and on-air dynamics. Since stepping onto the stage of The View in 2007, Whoopi Goldberg has undeniably become a cornerstone of the daytime talk show. Her arrival brought with it the gravitas of a celebrated career spanning comedy, acting, and even a foray into the iconic world of Star Trek: The Next Generation. From her Oscar-winning performance in Ghost to her comedic brilliance in Sister Act and her poignant portrayal in The Color Purple, Goldberg's established stardom lent an immediate credibility and unique flavor to the panel. Over the years, Goldberg has navigated countless hot topics, celebrity interviews, and the often turbulent waters of live television. Her tenure has been marked by both memorable moments of insightful commentary and instances that have sparked public discourse. As a central figure, her presence has shaped the very identity of The View for over a decade, making her an indispensable part of its enduring appeal. However, as the initial article suggests, a segment of the show's dedicated viewership has begun to scrutinize the dynamic between Goldberg and her fellow co-hosts. Observations regarding their on-air interactions, particularly in Goldberg's role as moderator, have led some to question the underlying comfort levels and overall atmosphere of the panel. These observations, often shared and debated on social media platforms, raise intriguing questions about the complexities of interpersonal dynamics within a high-pressure, live television environment. Decoding the on-air chemistry, fan perceptions of Goldberg's moderating style. The recent social media commentary, highlighting a perceived difference in the co-host's demeanor during an episode where Goldberg was absent, has ignited a broader discussion among viewers. The sentiment expressed by the fan, noting a seemingly more at ease/comfortable and having fun atmosphere in Goldberg's absence, touches upon a critical aspect of any ensemble show, the on-screen chemistry, and the role of the moderator in fostering it. The fans' further observation regarding Goldberg's flippant and disinterested energy and the co-host's apparent reluctance to upset her paints a picture of a potentially strained dynamic. This perception suggests that Goldberg's moderating style might, for some, create a sense of tension or inhibit the natural flow of conversation and camaraderie among the panelists. The feeling that the other co-hosts are treading carefully around her could indeed contribute to a less relaxed and spontaneous on-air environment. It's important to acknowledge that interpreting on-screen interactions can be subjective. Viewers bring their own biases and perspectives, and what one person perceives as disinterest, another might see as a calm and measured approach. However, the consistency of these observations across multiple viewers warrants a closer examination of the potential factors at play. Beyond personalities, exploring alternative explanations for perceived shifts in dynamics. While the initial fan observation focuses on Goldberg's individual impact, the subsequent comments from other viewers introduce a more nuanced perspective. Many suggest that attributing the perceived difference solely to Goldberg's presence might be an oversimplification. One recurring explanation centers on the inherent nature of the Friday episodes. The notion that these shows are intentionally designed to be lighter and more jovial as the weekend approaches offers a compelling alternative interpretation. This shift in tone and format could naturally lead to a more relaxed and playful dynamic among the co-hosts, regardless of who is moderating. More serious or contentious topics, often reserved for earlier in the week, could contribute significantly to this perceived ease. Furthermore, some fans astutely point out instances where Goldberg has indeed fostered a positive and engaging atmosphere while moderating. This suggests that the dynamic is not consistently negative, and that there are factors beyond her individual style that influence the overall vibe of the show. The successful collaboration with Joy Behar on her own show, My First Ex-Husband, further underscores Goldberg's capacity for positive interpersonal relationships with her colleagues. The observation that Joy Behar possesses a more jovial and laissez-faire, anything-goes type of style highlights the impact of different leadership approaches. Behar's seemingly less structured and more spontaneous moderating style might naturally lend itself to a more relaxed and free-flowing conversation among the panelists. This isn't necessarily a criticism of Goldberg's approach, but rather an acknowledgement that different personalities and styles can elicit varying responses from the group. The comment regarding Ana Navarro's chaotic energy on Fridays further supports the idea that the overall dynamic is influenced by the specific combination of co-hosts present and the intended tone of the episode. The interplay of different personalities and their individual energies can significantly shape the on-screen chemistry. The complexities of moderation in a talk show setting. The role of a moderator on a talk show like The View is multifaceted and demanding. It requires a delicate balance of guiding the conversation, ensuring all voices are heard, managing potentially contentious debates, and maintaining a cohesive and engaging flow for the audience. Different moderators will naturally bring their own strengths and approaches to this role. Goldberg's style might prioritize a more structured approach, ensuring that topics are covered within the allotted time and that discussions remain relatively focused. While this can be effective in maintaining order and addressing a wide range of issues, it might also at times be perceived as less spontaneous or more formal by some viewers and potentially even the co-hosts. In contrast, a more laissez-faire style, as attributed to Joy Behar, might prioritize a more organic and free-flowing conversation, allowing for more tangents and personal anecdotes. While this can foster a sense of relaxed camaraderie, it might also occasionally lead to less structured discussions or challenges in ensuring all viewpoints are adequately addressed. Ultimately, the effectiveness of a moderating style is subjective and depends on various factors, including the personalities of the panelists, the nature of the topics being discussed, and the overall desired tone of the show. What resonates with one viewer or co-host might not resonate with another. The enduring appeal of The View and the ongoing evolution of on-air dynamics. Despite the varying perceptions of on-air dynamics, The View has maintained its position as a prominent voice in daytime television for many years. Its success lies in its diverse panel of personalities, its willingness to tackle topical and often controversial issues, and its ability to spark conversations both on screen and among its audience. The ongoing evolution of the show, including changes in its panel members and the shifting dynamics between them, is a natural part of its longevity. As different personalities interact and leadership styles evolve, viewers will inevitably form their own opinions and preferences.